I don't know when it became normal. To try to look like everyone else. To change what we already possess inside of us to something foreign to our own beauty. And to allow someone else's word to tell us what beautiful looks like. Looking in the mirror changes as we all grow up. There are more things we notice and things that change that we don't have control over. This truth of aging and beauty fading is scary to so many, myself included. In my case, this change didn't just come with older age. It came with a trigger of an autoimmune gene that caused my hair to fall out in its entirety within 3 months. To give you some context, before high school, I was comfortable in my own skin. I looked in the mirror with an unquestioned confidence, which may or may not have been because of all the praise I received from my loved ones growing up. I was the golden child. I kept my hair long because in my household, lengthy and smooth hair was a strong sign of health and beauty. I saw my hair as my golden ticket. It meant a lot to me. It was the key to my beauty. And so did many others who thought the same, for they commented on it my whole entire life. But the love and gratitude I had for my hair did not help me from losing it. As I was entering my first year of high school and losing my hair, my confidence level dropped to an all-time low. Just 2 weeks into school, my mom combed my hair. And in that day's combing, and the next day, and the day after that, we noticed the amount of hair that slipped out with the brush to be roughly the size of a softball. This continued every single day after that. A visit to my dermatologist, a skin and hair doctor, allowed for a moment of calm before the storm, for we were told there was no need to worry. It was like a cat losing hair. She promised us, without a doubt, that I was not going to go bald and that it would stop within a week or 2. Yeah, so she was wrong. Soon, my thick hair had spots that were small enough to be covered by my ponytail, and then a simple headband covered what was missing from the front. And finally, when my scalp was covered by a headband half the size of my head, and my ponytail was less than the width of a pencil, I felt out of options and alien in my own skin. Waiting for a custom wig would take at least 2 weeks' time. Time that I did not have. My mom's creativity spared me the need to accept my fate and block the world to see me as I was. With her iron will, she pulled for a solution. Headbands with extensions sewn into it. All this talk about hair may have you wondering, why is hair so influential? If you were to imagine yourself with hair loss, how would it change the way you perceive yourself? Many may say that it is worse for me because I am a female. And in many ways it is, because society has a harder time accepting a bald female than a bald male. However, a male without eyebrows and eyelashes can surely raise some eyebrows on his appearance, just as a female would. And when your eyelashes aren't there to catch particles that fall into your eyes, well, it can be so annoying. I was diagnosed with alopecia universalis, which simply put is an autoimmune condition where your own immune system attacks every single hair follicle on your body. For me, it started with my scalp, then my eyebrows and eyelashes, and the rest followed suit. It was not painful physically, but emotionally destructive. My first priority after being diagnosed was to remain the golden child, not only at home, but at the societal level. I believe society would feel most comfortable with me if I were to cover up my condition. And this seemed doable because my mom and I believed that my hair would grow back to its full glory before I left high school. It couldn't be permanent. No, I wouldn't have that. It has to grow back. It will grow back. This was the inner dialogue of both my mom and I. What made the weekly doctor visits, the prescriptions with too many horrible side effects to count, the impossible food cleanses, and the awful chemical that burned my scalp, bearable. But with every attempt I made to cover up my condition, I was unconsciously telling myself that it would be catastrophic for the world to see what I've become. When I looked in the mirror, the lightness of seeing myself was no longer there. I honestly feared that I would never find joy in my appearance again. So, I tried avoiding seeing myself in a mirror, and for that entire year and most of the next, I barely took photos of myself because I didn't feel pretty or worth photographing. I did not want the memory of this dark period. And it was scary enough to be in high school and go through the natural changes that a female's body goes through. But the added stress of going through something that no other girl or boy was going through made me feel like a freak. My confidence level was so low and destroyed that I just turned down my personality and became reserved. I did my best to keep everyone on my good side. I did favors for them when they asked, and I just tried to be a good community member overall. Yet, the question always remained. Would I be loved, treated, or cared for if I took off my wig? Perhaps it remained because the few who knew of my condition looked at me with pity, not like I was Meha, the golden girl with an inner strength to hold herself together for all her hardships. And with the doctors questioning if I was still going to school, well, that just made me feel like I don't belong in normal society. But these thoughts and emotions were only entertaining for so long. I felt an inner awakening coming, and I was ready for this fresh chapter. I started to question what the point of putting myself through physically painful treatments was if my own illness wasn't causing that pain itself. I soon realized that the burden of abandoning who I am was too heavy to carry any longer. I no longer dealt with the thoughts of the immense pressure of trying to fit in. As soon as I accepted I am beautiful in my own individual way, I was looking and living the healthiest life I have ever lived because of my adopted diet of radiating self-love. Funny enough, my hair started coming back. It started to come back when I was able to connect to who I am and let go of what could have been and what had been. I perceived Alopecia universalis as the monster which deprived me of a normal life. But in reality, it was myself, with the beliefs of others put in my head that from a young age, what makes a girl beautiful is her hair. Instead, alopecia shone a light on the beauty standards that had taken control over my life and showed me to stop from following what everyone else had planned for me. It allowed me to walk down a road of self-connectivity, trust, and love that would never have been open to me without this condition. I journeyed into a more fulfilling and deeper process of finding who I am and who I choose to be. Although it has been and continues to be a journey with steps taken both forwards and backwards, I continue to walk it because I can see and I know that I am worthy of my own self-love. No matter what I look like now, in the future, or the past. Today, I no longer need the weight of hiding behind a wig. Today, I can say thank you to myself for holding myself up all this time and allowing myself to do the work in trusting who I am becoming. I started with how I talked to myself when I was standing in front of a mirror. I looked in the mirror instead with pride and happiness, and I pointed out all the things that I truly cherish about me. I urge you to try this yourselves. Look in the mirror with a smile that reaches your eyes and say something about yourself that you are proud of. Lift yourself up. Keep your head held high. And never forget the undeniable truth that you are always, always worthy of your own love. I am Meha, Sidhu, and thank you for allowing me to share.